want to discuss the number one reason you're not losing body fat. So the reason why I'm putting together this video is, obviously it's a common question that is asked, why am I not losing body fat? But you may or may not know I've started doing phone consultations now, and it's really interesting because when I'm talking to my prospective clients, they are pretty much all female now. All the clients who work with are pretty much female. Still work with a handful of males, but it's mainly females. And the same things are cropping up over and over again. And that is, they're working hard. They may or may not be tracking their food intake, and they're just not losing body fat. They think they're working really hard. They think they're eating well. They think they're eating lots of healthy foods, lots of clean foods. They're not losing body fat. And you may be wondering, why am I not losing body fat? You may be in this exact position yourself. You're working hard, eating well. You just can't lose body fat. And the key reason is you're just simply not in a calorie deficit. You're not in a calorie deficit. Now, I can hear what you're saying now. You're probably thinking, I've heard this a million times before. I get that I should be within a calorie deficit, but what does that actually mean? Well, here's the key principle you need to understand. If you're not making progress, even if you're working hard, even if you're eating healthy foods, if you're just not losing weight, if you're not losing body fat, that means you're not in a calorie deficit. And that means you need to either decrease your calories or increase the amount of calories you're burning from training. So even if you're eating lots of healthy foods and training hard, if your calories are not set to a point where you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not going to make any fat loss progress. And that's where a lot of people are going wrong is, they're solely focused on eating healthy foods. Yes, the diet should be mainly focused around whole foods, but they're not focusing on that number one most important principle, and that's creating that calorie deficit. So even if you're working hard now, even if you're eating well, and you're not making progress, that means you need to either decrease calories by approximately 10-15%, keep protein constant, and or increase the amount of cardio you're doing. So keep weight training as the foundation of your routine, and then add in an additional cardio session within the week. Do that for a week, either add in one additional cardio session or drop your calories by 10-15%, then you'll start making progress once again. The other really important thing to point out is, and this is another thing that's cropping up over and over again on my phone consultations, is people that are seeing good results for a period of time, and then all of a sudden their results stop. You may have experienced this as well. You might have followed a diet or exercise program, followed something online or read a book, seen some results for a period of time, then all of a sudden your results have stopped. You probably wondered, what happened? Why did I stop seeing progress? Whereas initially I was seeing progress. And there's a very good reason for that. You need to realize that these fat loss plateaus are actually normal within the fat loss phase. And that's just your cue to make a change, to drop calories or add in more cardio. So you need to look at things in this way. Instead of thinking that the calories and training you start a diet on it will be exactly the same as the end of the fat loss phase, that's simply not the case. You're going to have to constantly adjust either your calories or training when you do reach those plateaus to continue making progress. So instead of looking at your progress in a straight line, it's more like a wiggly line, in the sense that you're going to meet multiple plateaus, and that's your cue to either drop calories or add in more cardio. Each time you reach the plateau, you'll start making progress once again, then you reach another plateau, then you'll need to make another change, then you'll progress, then you'll need to reach another plateau, and the cycle continues until you achieve your fat loss goal. So remember, if you're not making fat loss progress, you're simply not in a calorie deficit. I don't care how healthy the foods you're eating are. I don't care how hard you're training. If you're not losing weight, you're not in a calorie deficit, and you need to eat less or exercise more. It's really that simple. Additionally, remember that you're going to meet multiple plateaus within the fat loss phase, and that's your cue to make a change when that happens. So thank you very much for watching. If you want more help with this, make sure to click the link in the description. Additionally, if you're still yet to subscribe to the channel, make sure you do, as I've got lots more content coming. Thank you very much.